This person right here is asking a question about spray wax in particular. She's saying, when do you use it? How do you use it? Teach us. I just happen to be a lover of hair product education. So if you have ever been confused on what the difference between hairspray, hair wax, dry texture, dry shampoo, do you need all of these products? What do these products even do? If you've ever been curious on how to use any of these products, keep watching because I'm going to break it down for you. And no, this is not a Kenra sponsored post. I am not sponsored by them at all. I wish I was. Kenra, if you're watching, if you want to sponsor me, I am a lover of your products and I have been for a long time. So first up is the one that we probably are the most familiar with, and that is hairspray. Hairspray should not even be called hairspray. It should be called finishing spray. What hairspray does is it applies a hold. And you can obviously vary the strength of the hold. There are lighter hairsprays and there are super, super firm, crunchy hairsprays. But the goal of a hairspray at the end of the day is to hold your style. Dry shampoo is probably the second most used product. Dry shampoo is to help with the absorption of oil. It is to help prolong your blowout. Dry shampoo is applied to your roots and nowhere else in your hair. Dry shampoo can add some texture if you need help with like teasing. It can also add volume if your hair is very flat. But dry shampoo goes on your roots, or what we call zone 1 and zone 1 only. It is going to be too heavy to apply to the mids or the ends of your hair. Now a spray wax has a medium hold. The purpose of this is to add texture and dimension to your hair. So if you are doing funky styles using a deep waver or a curling iron and you want to separate your curls, spray wax is what you want to use. Now, dry texture spray is probably one of the most unused products or the most misunderstood. Dry texture is doing just that. It's adding texture to your hair. It's adding volume to your hair. Let me just show you. So you're going to shake up your dry texture and you're going to lift your hair. And it's going to create volume and texture. Like, look at the difference there. Now, this is still extremely soft. It's very bouncy. By adding dry texture to your hair, it's creating volume by giving your hair the ability to stack on top of itself. If you have fine, flat hair, you need more texture in your life. And you can use this prior to styling to really help hold the curl or give you more definition to the pieciness. One of the most common issues women have is that they say my curl doesn't hold or my curl doesn't look piecey or separated like yours. And 9 out of 10 times it's because they're not using enough product. They don't have enough texture in their hair. Now, disclaimer, I have fine hair. Now I have fine thick hair, meaning I have fine hair but I have a lot of it on my head. The difference between fine hair and coarse hair, if you take one strand of hair and roll it back in your fingers, coarse hair, you're gonna feel it rolling back and forth. Fine hair, you're gonna wonder if you still have a piece of hair in between your fingers or not because you can't feel it anymore. Thin hair means you don't have a lot of follicles on your head. Thick hair, you do. So if you have fine hair and you're worried about products weighing down your hair, the order of how heavy they are, dry texture is the lightest, followed by a dry shampoo. Spray wax would be the next as far as weight to your hair, and then hairspray is definitely going to be the heaviest. Now, if your question is in regards to hold, which one's gonna hold your style the most? Neither of those two. Spray wax is gonna have a very medium hold, but your hairspray is gonna be the heavy hold. For this style today, I used these products when styling, and I haven't even used any hairspray. If I was going to use any hairspray, it would maybe just be to hold my fluffy bun here in place. And because I live in Minnesota and it's flippin' windy here, this is just going to keep my hair from blowing all over. But this is a finishing spray. That is it. That is as much hairspray I used in this entire look. So in summary, everybody should have hairspray, but you don't need to use a lot of it. It is a finishing spray. Once your style is done, use a little bit of hairspray and a little goes a long way. Dry shampoo, everybody should use dry shampoo. I recommend using dry shampoo on day 1 clean hair. You're out of the shower, you blow dry, you use dry shampoo on your clean scalp so that as soon as any oils secrete from your scalp, they are absorbed by the dry shampoo first rather than by the shaft of your hair. Once your hair is already oily, it's a lot harder to get rid of it. So dry shampoo on day 1, clean hair, and then to refresh. So on the next days, if you're needing a little bit of oil absorption, then go ahead with your dry shampoo again. But fun fact, anybody who I've ever taught to use dry shampoo on clean hair has always come back and said that they were able to prolong their wash by at least 1 day. Spray wax is going to be good for messy, piecey styles like this. I also use this a lot for flyaways. So if I'm wearing my hair in a ponytail, even on my girls, if I'm doing braids or things and they have like all the little flyaways on the side, I'll use a spray wax to help with the flyaways. And then finally, the most underrated, underused product would be dry texture. And everybody should have dry texture if you're looking for voluminous hairstyles. I hope that helped. If you have any other questions, let me know. I love talking about hair products.